Good morning, digital art, or good afternoon, or good evening, whenever you're watching this. Let's jump right in. We're creating a flat landscape with gradients and layers. So we're going to go in here and call it landscape. Wow, typing weird. And put in your name. And then change the size to inches if it's not already there, and make it 17 by 11 inches. Let's do a transparent background and create. All right, now we gathered all those ideas. Now hopefully you saved it as a JPEG. I'm going to open my idea file, my inspiration board, but I'm going to select open, not open in place. So that way I'll have two separate windows in Photopea for both pieces of, images. Pieces of images, Here I have a million things in my download folder. Now if you can see, I have some multiples I need to clean up. All right, so now I have my idea board, and I can go into the inspiration board with this rectangle select. I'm going to copy and bring it over to my landscape, and now I'm going to hold down Shift and scale it. First, I'm going to put it in the corner. Oh, so sometimes it'll say the layer is locked. What that means is it's the only layer there, usually. And you can just click on the little lock symbol and unlock it. What you might want to do in that case is make another layer too. So I'm going to make a background. Let's call this mountains. So once you get going and you have a whole lot of layers, it's really helpful if you actually know what each one is. So I'm going to take this over to the corner, hold down the Shift key. Whoa, did I do it too soon? I want to resize it. I'm going to pull on this corner while holding the Shift key to keep the scale accurate. And I'm just going to drag it all the way across until it fits. Okay. Now, I really like the shadows and things in the picture, so what I might want to do is actually trace those out. But I think I'm going to just do an overall shape for now and show you how to do this. And then now I'm going to call this Mountain 1. Let's just say this will be the background mountain. I'm going to drag this layer to the top. Now I'm going to use the free pen tool and change it to path, not shape. Actually, we could leave it on shape. Let's leave it on shape. But because it's the free pen tool, it's a little less insane to figure out. Now looking at the back here, I'm going to start creating this shape. I'm actually going to start it on the edge and move over because it's going to be behind everything. I'm just going to imagine where it's ending. And I'm tracing along. And I'm trying to follow all the little edges. Now, because I ran out of mountain, I'm just going to make a little, I'm going to fake it. And I'm going to go down and make a shape at the bottom. And then connect it. Because until it connects, hey, and it's filled with a gradient that I made already. Now it usually fills in with a black and white gradient. If you click on this fill color part here and then click on the gradient, you can customize it. So this is the color I set up earlier, and I think I might want to leave it for now. I actually want more blue. If you adjust the points. Now I'm also going to turn it into a smart object. And then I'm going to make another one. So I'm going to hide it temporarily, make a new layer. Now I did the background layer. I want to create this next mountain range. So I'm going to go back to the free pen tool. We're creating a shape. I'm going to change the fill a little bit. Now, if you want to save one of these as a preset, that means it'll save your colors that you set up for later. You can do that by going to Define New. And then when you go in here, it should actually save it for you. See, it saved my 2 colors. Now I want to do more colors in this one. I'm going in a circle. Let's do 3 colors, but I want to change the colors. I want to do like pastels. I may change my mind completely later, but for now, let's do like that. Pastel aqua color. I'm just like playing around. We'll see what I wind up keeping later, but I want it to look different from the back. It looks like sorbet, sherbet. Just like the first mountain, I'm going to go through from the very edge of the picture, and I'm going to draw my line. This is like this rocky range. Oh, all right, it doesn't matter like a super. Now it looks like this goes about here, like there's a mountain in the little back. And I'm just gonna make the bottom just like I did the first one by just going across the whole area. And that's that. And then you have to like click one last time. So I got another mountain. I'm going to convert this to a smart object too. Now if I show both mountains, I realize they're in the wrong order. So I'm gonna drag this one forward. Let's make this go away. So we're building layer by layer. Now I have one more or 2 more. I have this front section by the water to do. Now it looks like I already have an empty layer set up. So I'm going to make sure I have my pen tool ready, which I do. I'm going to change the fill again. And I actually liked this, so I'm going to define new and leave it. I'm going to change this a bit. Let's make it like darker versions or brighter versions of the same. Getting too clicky. Okay, so we're doing the front mountains, and all of these colors can be changed. It's pretty fun. So I'm gonna start this right here at the top, and I'm actually gonna make a little textury line because this is, so this part is the foreground, okay? Actually, no, it's not. It's the middle ground. I'm gonna make a little textury line, if that's a word. So the pictures, especially things like landscape where it's very obvious, the foreground is what's closest to the viewer. So actually what I just traced is not the foreground, it's the middle ground. The foreground is actually all of those trees. So let's see what we have so far. What I'm creating is the middle ground and the background. And let's hide the back. This is coming along. So this is how you do the background and the middle ground and the layers that create that area. And it looks like I'm missing a sky. So let's make a background layer, call it sky, and pull it to the actual back of the picture. No, I'm gonna just leave. It looks like I'm going with like a very bright morning sort of vibe right now. Let's do some like sunrise colors. And in this case, it can be really simple. I'm in the wrong tool. We're going to go to the gradient tool down here in the middle, and it's on linear. I have a different color set here, so well, I guess we'll just see. Now I wonder why it's not showing. It might be lagging actually. There, okay. Kind of want it to go the other way, so. Kind of want it to be completely different looking, so. That's what I'm talking about. Now, the other thing you can do is add like a shape, like the sun. Let's try that. Now, if I have my area there selected, and I just created a new layer for this. Actually, I'm going to save this so I can use it later. It's definitely lagging right now. Oh, you know what? I'm also not on the correct layer. That that helps. All right. I'm going to drag the sun back behind the mountains. I think I want to fill it differently. I want more color to show. Ah, that's more like it. Okay. All right, so this is how you'll build up the layers of your landscape. So try creating background elements, and next we'll talk about how you can add more in the foreground.